right, let's talk about a molecule that you almost definitely have in your house right now. But we're not going to talk about its day job in your medicine cabinet. Nope. We're going to uncover its secret life, deep inside the world of plants. So this is it, salicylic acid. You probably know it as the stuff in aspirin that helps with a headache, or maybe the key ingredient in your face wash that keeps your skin clear. For us, it's a household hero, for sure. So yeah, let's start right there, with what we think we know about this molecule. We count on it to make us feel better. But here's the twist. What if its most important, most complex job has nothing to do with us at all? What if it's happening right outside, in your garden? And that leads us to what we could call the plant's dilemma. Because for a plant, salicylic acid isn't about looking good. It's about staying alive.
See, when a plant gets attacked by a nasty virus or bacteria, it can't just up and leave. So instead, it cranks out salicylic acid. It's the plant's version of a fire alarm, a chemical scream that tells the whole system, we are under attack, defenses up.
But this creates a huge problem. It's a serious balancing act. If you have too little salicylic acid, the plant is defenseless and gets sick. But if that alarm blares for too long, the plant's own growth grinds to a halt, and its immune system can actually start hurting the plant itself. So that's the big puzzle, right? How does a plant manage to sound the alarm, fight off the bad guys, but then know the precise moment to say, okay, we're good, and turn it all off so we can get back to just growing? Well, scientists have known about one part of the answer for a little while now, and you can think of it like a set of cellular brakes. Let me introduce you to DMR6 and DLO1. These are enzymes, and their whole job is to pump the brakes on that immune response. They do it by finding salicylic acid and breaking it down, basically turning the alarm off. But then that just leads to another question. What controls the brakes? To get that, you need to know about one more player, the ubiquitin system. The simplest way to picture it is as the cell's recycling center. It goes around tagging proteins that are old or no longer needed and marks them for disposal. And this is where the plot thickens. In some earlier work, the Shabek Lab was just mapping out which proteins this recycling system was targeting. And buried in all that data, they found a huge clue. Our two brake enzymes, DMR6 and DLO1, were on the list to get recycled. That was a huge hint that there was another, deeper layer of control that no one had seen before. And following that clue is exactly what led researchers to uncover this brand new layer of control with a brand new protein right at the center of it all. They found a protein they called DAF1. And this experiment really shows you why it's such a big deal. When a plant doesn't have DAF1, you can see its leaves get way sicker. The graph just confirms it. Bacteria go wild in the plants that are missing DAF1. So whatever DAF1 is doing, it is absolutely critical for a healthy immune response. Okay, so DAF1 is clearly a key regulator, but what exactly is it regulating? And how does it fit into this whole story with salicylic acid and those brake enzymes? It turns out it all fits together into this really elegant circuit. It's a feedback loop that regulates itself. So check this out. This diagram, which comes from a study just published in Nature Communications, lays out the entire process. Now, I know it might look a little intense at first, but stick with me, because what it shows is this beautiful, self-regulating system. Let's walk through it. It basically happens in 4 steps. Step 1, the alarm. A pathogen attacks, so salicylic acid levels shoot up, turning on the defenses. Step 2, the brake. That same spike in salicylic acid also tells the plant to make more of the DMR6 enzyme, the very thing that turns it off. Okay, now here's where it gets genius. Step 3, the tag. Salicylic acid physically latches onto that DMR6 brake enzyme, and when it does, it changes its shape. And finally, step 4, remove. That new, slightly different shape is the perfect signal for our new hero DF1 to come in, grab DMR6, and mark it to be thrown into the cell's recycling bin. And they proved it. This is the data that shows it in action. When the researchers in the Shabek Lab added extra salicylic acid, that's the SA bar there, you see the amount of the DMR6 protein just plummets. The alarm molecule is literally helping to get rid of its own off switch. It's incredible. And we're not talking about a simple one-on-one interaction here. This is a whole molecular machine. I mean, look at this 3D model. You've got DAF1, DMR6. All these other parts have to assemble in just the right way for this incredibly precise control system to even work. So let's just recap this amazing system. Salicylic acid is the alarm, yes, but it's also the master regulator. It tells the cell to build its own off switch, DMR6. But then it helps tag that very same switch to be taken out. The result is this perfectly tuned, multi-layered system that's all about finding that perfect balance. The researchers themselves put it perfectly. They said that through this layered control, plants can react super fast to threats, but then they can avoid the huge cost of keeping those defenses on full blast 24/7. It's the secret to balancing survival with growth. And it just leaves you wondering, doesn't it? We started this whole journey with a simple molecule from an aspirin bottle that we thought we totally understood. It makes you think, how many other simple things all around us are hiding this kind of beautiful, mind-bending complexity, just waiting for us to find it?
This whole explainer was based on some amazing new research from the Shabek Lab. Thanks so much for tuning in.